My first experience with Young Life was when my sister snuck me in to a high school club when I was in 8th grade.
You know, by a poster in the hallways of my high school.
There was a flyer on my junior high counselor's door.
This older guy came on campus and invited us to this club.
Thought it was quite interesting to have an adult on campus having lunch with us.
My Young Life leader showed up at my soccer game out at UCSB and was cheering like crazy for me.
He invited me to club, just saying there's food and you're gonna have a great time.
He was just very instrumental in getting me to come to club.
A friend invited me to go, and he said there'd be a lot of cute girls there.
And I also had heard that there were cute athletic boys.
It was a Monday night, I didn't have anything to do.
I went all by myself.
My mom dropped me off.
And I thought this was awesome.
There was this crazy girl there with this knee brace on, and she gave me a huge hug, and she said she was so glad I was there, and she actually ended up being my Young Life leader.
I never knew anything could be that much fun, and I was hooked.
I was hooked. I loved the Young Life Club. I loved the people. I loved everything about it, the energy.
The energy and the excitement and the fun.
It was something like I had never experienced before in terms of fun.
There was a little bit of shock at first, but it was just so much fun that I kept going back.
Along with that fun came a real serious message that also grabbed me as well.
I think through Young Life is how I really came to faith.
The first time I heard the gospel was at a Young Life weekend camp.
We went to Castaway Club in northern Minnesota.
Castaway Club in Minnesota at summer camp.
After my sophomore year of high school, Woodleaf in California.
And I just heard the gospel in a way that I never heard before. And it made sense to me, and it made sense why I would want to be a part of it.
I heard the gospel message over four messages and knew I was in.
15-minute quiet time after one of the clubs.
I went out under the big pine tree in the middle of the field at Castaway and said, I'm all in.
Just was compelled. Like, how can I not respond to this?
It was really through my small group with my Young Life leader and my other girls in the group that I got to know the Lord more through digging into His Word, and that experience was really influential.
Following Jesus has been an all-encompassing part of my life.
Following Jesus has changed everything.
Surrounding me with people that make me feel loved and has given me a community that makes me feel included.
My wife and I met in Young Life.
It has impacted all of my relationships, including the relationship I have with my husband of 37 years.
I firmly believe that it changed the places that I would eventually move and the jobs I would eventually take, and it had taken me on this crazy adventure.
It's great fellowship that actually helped me be more courageous and brave to just step outside of my comfort zone to do things that I never thought I would have done.
Different kinds of friendships and a totally different life trajectory.
There's not a part of my life where I can look at and not see how His redemption has touched my life.
Christ permeates every part of my life, from who I married to what work I do to what I do in my spare time.
I can't even describe how different I am and how much better my life is knowing Him and following Him every day.
Everything that I am is a reflection of who Jesus is in my life. And that started with Young Life.
What I would want people to know about Young Life is that it is all about relationship.
Having a relationship with an adult that's going to be consistent and going to be there for them teaches them how to build friendships that have a quality that I think kids are really looking for.
Young Life welcomes you as you are.
It's a place for every single person. There's no one who doesn't fit into Young Life.
All loving, all caring, all acceptance kind of ministry to kids who need somebody to love, care, and accept them.
You know, this is a fantastic way to be introduced to who Jesus is.
Young Life is a stepping stone to the bigger picture.
Once you've been a Young Life leader or been around Young Life for a long time, you start to see and hear stories 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the road of what Jesus has done in people's lives, and with just these small seeds that started in Young Life.
What would you say to your Young Life leader if he was here right now?
It's gonna make me cry.
I would say thank you so much for your grace for me, your love for me when I felt like I didn't deserve it.
I'd say thank you.
Say thanks.
Thank you. My Young Life leader is the best.
I would want her to know that showing up week after week to pick me up to go to club made all the difference.
Thanks for being really patient and kind.
And how you showed love and caring for me.
You've given me a great gift over the last 40 plus years to think back on all the times that I can remember.
You were so instrumental in helping me understand what it meant to be Jesus with skin on and to go and live that out among students.
This is my Young Life leader. Her name is Haley. I've known her for 9 years. I love Haley because she saw things in me that I never saw in myself, and she's helped me to realize those things about myself, and she's loved me in a way that I just can't describe it. It's the love of the Lord.
This is Tori.
I don't know her.
I think the biggest thing that I noticed about Tori was that she came into this group of crazy people that were completely out of control and at completely different phases of life and just really broken. And she came in with such a presence of love and just like wanted to be a part of it.
She's like my little sister. Like, she literally is at my house multiple times a week. She's part of our family. She watches my son. And she is my biggest cheerleader. It's totally come full circle.
So I would just say thank you for being a light when I was in a place of darkness.